Here are some of them. Only some of them. These are just a few. Let's see what's on this one. Passion fruit tea and California journey. I want Anthony Fauci to pay for my passion fruit tea and my California journey. And I would also like to invite Anthony Fauci to come live in my house under the conditions that he has forced me and my family to live under for just one day.
Dandelion Greens? Really? Dandelion Greens?
I told my boyfriend that he had to place an order for me on Wildberry's website because for some reason Instacart stopped working on every single one of our devices. So this is the only grocery store that I can order groceries from online. And no, we are not ordering Dandelion Greens. In fact, I might harvest some Dandelion Greens from my yard to add to our dinner tonight.
Why are your legs all red?
Well, down the street from my house, there's this wild mustard plant, and I frequently cut leaves off of it or flowering tops off of it to add to my recipes. And,
You're flashlighting me.
yeah, I'm sorry. Because I have developed a really bad blind spot in my eye because I have 2 rare eye conditions, one in each eye. And the likelihood of somebody having both those conditions, one in each eye, is like so improbable it's almost impossible. I can now like barely see. I now have like a blind spot like right around there, making it very difficult for me to see, especially in the dark. So I walked straight into a puddle that was about 2 feet deep.
You got puddled? On this short walk?
Oh my God, I can't believe you said that. If anybody knows what that means, feel free to harass me about it in the comments section of this video. Because I can't make a video about anything, even a plant, without being harassed by crazy people. So, my family eats a lot of weird food. And they like it. Like, because I'm a YouTuber, I'm always cooking up weird stuff that, like, normal Americans wouldn't eat. Like, I'll make sushi, or I'll make some kind of traditional Chinese food with ingredients that you probably have never heard of. But the Chinese food that I ordered on DoorDash tonight was just too weird. And my family refused to eat it. Because it had, like, pickled mustard greens and Sichuan pepper in amounts that, like, normal Americans probably could not tolerate. Like, this was, like, really spicy. Like, really spicy. It was, like, worse than that, like, Chinese hot pot I ate in a YouTube video several years ago. It was, like, maxed out with Sichuan pepper and pickled mustard greens to the point where, after, like, one bite, everybody but me was like, we can't eat this. Can you order like more food from elsewhere? Which is why I told my boyfriend that he has to do the order for me. Because for some reason, a few months ago, Instacart stopped working. DoorDash partially stopped working, leaving us like partially unable to like order food from grocery stores or restaurants. Which is why I have this. This is the product of my mother making an order for me with my name and ordering stuff for me. Because after taking hours to painstakingly create this account, she asked me what brand of orange juice I wanted, what brand of milk I wanted, and what brand of cat food I wanted, and I said, like, whatever. Not wanting to inconvenience her at all. So she probably clicked on, like, whatever, like, the first suggested item was, leaving me with Ninja Cat Jiu-Jitsu. Somebody in Japan, please laugh at this. Like, you've got to laugh at this. Like, I'm in a Facebook group called You Know That's Fucking Funny. Like, you know that's fucking funny. Like, when I see something like this, like, all I can say, like, I can't help myself is, you know that's fucking funny. Like, you know that's fucking funny. Please just laugh at this. Please do, like, please. Please laugh with me and not at me. Because you really should laugh at me, but I would prefer if you laughed with me. This is funny. Okay, people? But that's not the point of this video. The point of this video is that I am going to send all of my DoorDash receipts, all of my Instacart receipts, and all of my receipts for my online orders from Wildberries in Arcata to Anthony Fauci. Because I am going to be suing Anthony Fauci for helping to create COVID-19 in a laboratory in China, leading to severe inconveniences in my life and numerous severe forms of distress for, like, my entire family and all of my friends and, like, every other single human being on the planet, for that matter. Here are some of them, only some of them. These are just a few. Let's see what's on this one. Passion fruit tea and California journey. I want Anthony Fauci to pay for my passion fruit tea and my California journey. And I would also like to invite Anthony Fauci to come live in my house under the conditions that he has forced me and my family to live under for just one day. Because since no human being on the planet is willing to come over to my house to, for example, help me finish this unfinished drywall. That right there is Snowball drinking out of my sink. So, since that no other human being on the planet Earth is willing to come over to my house to help us finish this drywall or help us watch our children while we finish it, it has remained unfinished for 1.5 years. Oh, please, Anthony Fauci, please come over to my house and live with me for one day. Do everything I do in a day, including cleaning my cat's litter boxes, combing them and giving them medication, and, like, harvesting vegetables from my garden and weeds from down the street to cook my family a second dinner when the one I paid top dollar for on DoorDash wasn't enough to satisfy their pickiness. Look, I'm not irritated with my family. I'm really not. I'm irritated that my family and my animals were forced to live under these conditions. Okay? Snowball, really, really seriously, like, I just filled up the water dish. You do not need to be in the sink. That is, like, horrible. Get out of the sink. That's gross. I need to wash dishes. So, people, last night, I cooked, like, a 3-course dinner. While I was cooking the dinner, I had put half of the beef into one dish and had set the other half of the beef aside to reserve it for another dish, when out of the blue, Jeffrey came bounding up onto the counter and knocked a piece of beef off of the plate. So, of course, I had to get this beef out of here and wasn't ready to put it in the frying pan yet, so I put it on the table next to the bed that my boyfriend was sleeping in, because at this point he was asleep. As I said, hey, wake up for a second. I've got to tell you something. I'm putting this plate of raw beef right next to you for a few minutes. I walked back out into my kitchen and started to stir my stir fry. And then I heard, Adrienne! What the bleep? There's a plate of bleeping raw beef right next to me! Get it out of here! Yes, seriously. Yet again, people, I'm not crying over this. It's like, you know that's fucking funny, or please just laugh at this. So, you know that's fucking funny, please just laugh at it. I am reheating the dinner that I cooked for my boyfriend last night. The 3-course dinner that I cooked for my boyfriend last night for breakfast. My children loved it. They even loved helping me cook it. While I was cooking it, and they were eating it. We watched a documentary about people who live in northern Siberia who are nomads who raise reindeer, and we listened to modern rock songs. A wide variety of modern rock songs, like everything from like Fish to like Hole. And we also read the lyrics off of a website while we were listening to the songs, using a different device. Like, we're listening to the songs on my phone and reading the lyrics on my boyfriend's phone or something. After it's reheated, I'll show you a beautiful video clip of the 3-course dinner that wound up being breakfast. But I am now going to end this video by saying something to Anthony Fauci. Anthony Fauci, if you can live in my house for even one day and do everything that I do, I'll give you a freaking award, because I don't believe that you are capable of doing so. I don't even believe that you're Excuse me, you're in my video. Dish soap. Dish soap. See, he's got to get the dish soap so he can wash some dishes outside while I'm recording inside. See? Like, seriously. I don't even believe that you can tell me if Roundabout or Ocean was the mother of this meowing, scratching kitten. I was going to hold all 3, but 2 ran off when my boyfriend came in to get the dish soap. But yeah, we've got 3 that look like this.
Do we have milk?
No! Wildberries is delivering it later.
Well, fuck. Why am I making coffee?
Like, you want milk? I'll give you, like, canned condensed milk or something. But, like, you're making coffee because we... What?
I'm going down to the gas station getting, like, a little, $1 thing of milk.
Oh, please do that. That's so much better than canned condensed milk. Like I said, Fauci, I dare you to. Try to stay here with me for one day and do what I do. Or try to do what he does. Alternatively, you won't be able to handle it. You'll, like, have, like, a nervous breakdown. So, I recently found out something horrific. I found out that a person who used to be my neighbor, who I called my friend in some of my YouTube videos, who frequently brought his children over to my house to play with my children, got sentenced to 22 years in prison for raping one of his children. They called her Jane Doe in the court hearing to protect her identity while identifying him by name, doing like absolute jack shit to actually protect her identity. But another one of my friends in his 50s suffers from PTSD that he will most likely never recover from for his entire life, because he was in prison for 22 years for possession of 100 hits of LSD. Okay. No matter what you think about these people, and whether or not you think their crimes were severe enough for a 22-year prison sentence, you must agree that somebody who helped to make a biological weapon that killed 4 million people deserves a longer prison sentence. Like, why is Anthony Fauci not in prison? Because most likely, like, he never will be put there. Okay? Like, he's gonna get away with it. He will die, never having been punished for his high crimes. Which is why I would like to extend a personal invitation to Anthony Fauci to come and try to live in my house for even one day. Because I guarantee you that if you try to live in my house for even one day, it's likely you will be tortured more than any 22-year prison sentence in even the worst prison could ever torture you. So with that said, I am going to end this video. And I actually, literally, seriously, legitimately am going to send all of my DoorDash receipts and all of my Instacart receipts and all of the receipts from all of my Wildberries orders to Anthony Fauci. I will also ask my mother to produce receipts for anything that she might have ordered from me over the course of the last year and a half, when I either didn't have my own money to order it for myself or couldn't get some kind of app or website to function on the devices available to me. If he doesn't pay me, maybe I'll sue him in federal court. It only costs a few $100s to sue someone in federal court. So when the US government says, oh, we're going to make you able to sue China for making COVID-19 at the Wuhan Institute of Virology, please, please, please just ignore them. Sue Fauci. If you Google this, you will realize that if you sue a government official, they will be required to either appear in court or hire a lawyer. Look, I sued the cop that beat my face into the ground because I was swallowing a few hits of LSD. I sued him in federal court, and I sued the city, the police department, and the county. 4 lawyers showed up in that courtroom, and even though my case got dismissed, each party probably paid about $4,000 for those 4 lawyers to be there for like 4 minutes. So if every single American in the USA, or every single person on the planet, sues Anthony Fauci, well, at the bare minimum, it'll financially ruin him. Even if every single case gets dismissed by a hammer-slamming federal judge, he will still have to either send a lawyer to appear for him, or fail to appear in court, making the case immediately get ruled against him, meaning the person who sued him wins. So sue Fauci, please, for me. I don't have enough money to hire somebody to fix the unfinished drywall in my house, so I certainly don't have enough money to go to like San Francisco to the federal courthouse and pay hundreds of dollars to file a federal lawsuit. But if you want to do that, I'll write it out for you. I wrote like a 20-page dissertation about why I was suing the police officer who beat me up between like 3 and 6 in the morning in a hotel infested with bed bugs in San Francisco, and filed it at like 8 a.m. or 9 a.m. when the federal courthouse opened. Like, if I can do that, I can write like your dissertation for your lawsuit against Anthony Fauci. And I happily will do so. And with that said, I am now going to end this video. Bye, people. Oh, look at that. My boyfriend just finally brought me my morning coffee at 8:13 a.m. I am now going to really end this video by saying, like, normal people experience a distorted reality. If you don't believe me, Google my name and the words normal people. You will either think I'm Einstein or think it's absolute 100% for sure proof that I'm certifiably insane. I'm like Charlie Sheen. In a way, if you borrowed my brain for 5 minutes, you would say, I can't handle this motherfucker. I want to give it back. Yeah, seriously, people.